Sup internet, how's it going? Got another video coming your way with something super important. So you better listen up. This is one of the coolest things about the Constitution. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Are you really ready? It's called the separation of powers. I bet you've heard about that before. Or checks and balances, you know, stuff like that. We're gonna break it down for you so you know what things mean. And we're gonna explain what the different branches of government do. 'Cause you need to know that. By now you kind of have things figured out, right? Founding fathers making this Constitution new country thing, they want to make sure it doesn't go to pot. That's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, they want to make sure things don't fall apart into this crazy tyrannical mess. So they came up with this super cool idea where instead of having one guy giving him all the power, they were like, let's split it up into three branches of government. So hopefully, if one of them ever decides to try and do more than it's supposed to, the other two can be like, hey, quit that. So this is how they did things. They had the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. Try to say judicial 3 times fast. It's really hard to say. That's why they put it at the end, because it was hard to say. That's a fact. Just kidding. So guess what the legislative branch does? It legislates. Do you know what that means? It means making laws. It does some other stuff too. Approves the budget, declares war, bunches of, important stuff. Now in the legislative branch, you got the Senate and the House of Representatives. 2 different bunches of people. Gotta keep those 2 straight. So each state gets 2 senators, right? That's why there's 100 of them, because there's 50 states. Amazing how math works, kids. Then you got the House of Representatives with 435 representatives. Why it's the House of Representatives. Really original names. So each state, no matter how big it is, gets 2 senators, and then population decides how many representatives you get. That's how it works. Pretty cool, huh? Then we got the executive branch. Kind of what you think about when you think of the government, right? You think about the president. But guess what? Executive branch isn't just the president. You learn something new every day. Yeah, you got the president, you got the vice president, and you got what's called his cabinet. And it's not from IKEA. It's made in America. I cracked myself up. They employ like 4 million people. That's so many people. That's crazy. Because the executive branch has to enforce all the laws that the legislative branch passes. So yeah, executive branch does a lot. It's got a lot of people in it, not just the president. Sorry to break it to you. Then we got the judicial branch. The hardest one to say out of all the branches. You try it. Say it fast. Judicial branch, I can't do it. And that's the one that has all the courts in it. And they're the people that interpret the laws and punish the people who don't play by the rules. You know, because that's important. The highest court is the Supreme Court. That's where they got the name, because it's supreme. And the Supreme Court's the one that can settle disputes between states, hear appeals, decide if stuff is constitutional or not. And in the Supreme Court, you got 9 justices just justicing it up. They're basically the Justice League. Whoa. I'd never thought about that. That's crazy. Okay. So anyway, hope you learned something. You got legislative branch making laws. You got executive branch executing them. Not executing people. Enforcing. We'll say that. And the judicial branch making sure everything is just. The Justice League. And that's how all the powers are split up. So hopefully no one person can just take it all and do their own thing. Now you know stuff.